Hello, dear chess lovers. Hope you all are enjoying one of the most decisive World Chess Championships ever, with lots of ups and downs. But before we get started with today's video, let me introduce myself to you all. I'm Coach Arya from Premier Chess Academy, and as a player, one of my biggest achievements I would say is becoming runner-up in under 7 national in 2013. I've also published my own book. It's named Lopez Rebooted. You can check it out as well. Let's introduce you to our topic of today. Today we're going to unravel the world number 2, Jan Nepomniachtchi's top 5 best moves. And well, a bit about Jan. He has become candidate champion twice in a row, which is a very difficult thing to do. And he's currently at his peak with a rating of 2795, very close to 2800. Well, he is a very aggressive player, and he has already played the World Championship once and does have a lot of experience. Anyhow, without further ado, let's hop onto it. So let's get started with the first example of Jan Nepomniachtchi's top 5 brilliant moves. This is going to be really some fireworks. It's a game against Li Chao, perhaps one of Ting's very close friends. He's also a very strong Chinese grandmaster. And here Nepo is white, and as you can see, his bishop on g5 is hanging. So what do you think Nepo should do here? You can pause the video if you want to and try to figure it out. Well, if you thought, well, my bishop's hanging, let me just drop it back. Well, Nepo is not thinking the same. Nepo says, checkmate ends the game. Do I really got to care about my bishop? He sacrificed the bishop. The idea is that if black takes it back with the pawn, we have queen g4, giving a check, forcing the king to go to the corner, and the knight hops onto that square, threatening a deadly checkmate. Now, the most logical defense, rook g8, attacking the queen, controlling the g7 square, is easily refuted just because of the fact that the black pieces are crying in the corner, not able to do anything, and white finds an amazing rook e8, a deflection, and a pin as well. If the rook were to take, that's a checkmate, and there is no way black is stopping this threat of queen g7. In the game, black took the pawn on h2. Well, it's a free pawn. Why not? Yeah. The king went to the corner, and black made a big mistake by going back and not taking the bishop. He actually should have taken the bishop, and, well, he should have captured the knight as well. But this does give white a very dangerous attack as well, and it's really difficult for black to defend. But in the game, he made a mistake, and in the game, can you find this amazing move that Nepo played here? He literally does not care about his bishop. He just goes all in. He sacrifices the bishop again. And the king takes, well, he gave a check. And the exact same idea we did before. Yet again, rook g8 does not work because of rook e8. And that's decisive. So black has to take the knight. The queen takes it back with the idea of g3, king g2, rook h1. And that was it soon. End of the game. Black played queen d6. Let me just go through it real quick. White simply traded the queens off and brought the other rook to this h file. And, well, this checkmate is unstoppable if the black king goes to this square with this. That's checkmate. Brilliant sacrifice by Nepo. And what a sacrifice again. Bishop g7. Can you imagine that? Let's move on to the next one. This is a game between Nepo as white and against Haripanov Alexander as black. And here again, we are with the white pieces, white to play. What do you think white should do here? We can see a lot of stuff happening. The knights are dangerously placed. The bishop is also centralized. The rook is controlling the whole file on C file. This rook is also controlling the semi-open E file. So there has to be something here. You can pause the video if you want to. Let's see what Nepo did here. He found the brilliant knight f7. Well, let's see what's the idea. The rook should take it. I mean, otherwise this knight is just perfect. Okay, I'll just bring the knight back. Even queen h6 is also a possible idea. So he has to take the knight. And no, we don't take it back. What we do is even more fascinating. It's a decoy or an attraction. Nepo gives a check with the queen. And well, you might be wondering, isn't that a free queen? Well, if you take a deeper look at it, if the king takes, there's this knight 4, winning the queen back. So the king must go back. And now and only now, Nepo takes the rook. Black king takes it back. And well, Nepo doesn't stop. He finds another rook c7. What an amazing move to play. Well, the knight is pinned. Thus, if you take it with the knight, you win the bishop. Black takes it with the queen. But now, white removes the defender of the queen and threatens a skewer, meaning that the bishop on d5 is taboo. The king has to go back. And this is a winning position. With 2 extra pawns, it's just easy. Once again, a very beautiful example of attraction, clearance, everything in action. Yeah? All right, then let's hop on the next one. This next one is an amazing one. It's basically walking into enemy camp without having any supports. You can actually think about it like snipers. So you're walking alone into enemy's camps, but you have 2 big guys with snipers helping you. So as you can see, Nepo is white here against a very strong Russian grandmaster, Rublevsky Sergei. And yet again, his knight on b3 is hanging. Well, you might be wondering, come on, let's just move the knight away, maybe to d2 or c1. But what Nepo does is extremely fascinating. He goes for knight c5. Well, isn't the queen controlling that square? Yes, it is, but it can't take because our queen is also creating an evil pin. So black can't take the knight. Black plays rook a5, attacking the knight. And again, well, why should the knight move? Should we capture the bishop? Well, if we do that, the pawn can take it back. Not really satisfactory, right? What Nepo does is absolutely astounding. He literally puts the knight on a square which is controlled by 3 pieces, and yet black can't capture it with any of them. The bishop can't move because of the pin. The knight can't also move because of the pin. And if the queen moves, we've already seen the queen snipering on that king and the pawn, meaning that the queen is also paralyzed. What an amazing knight journey there. White went on to win this game within 38 moves. And well, this is already showing who's the boss here, right? All right, let's hop on to the next one. The next one is quite easy, but it just goes to show how Nepo used to be when he was a little kid. It's actually an under 10 championship. Can you try to find the move? It's white to play. It's checkmate in 3. I'll give you a little hint. It's a queen sacrifice. You can pause the video if you want to. Well, young Nepo does not disappoint us. He definitely finds the brilliant queen g7. What's the idea? Well, bishop has to take it. Now, it's very important to decide which pawn should take the bishop back. So to be able to figure this out, you have to think a bit deep. The king has only one way to escape, that is to f7. And now, the only way you can do a checkmate is with a knight. The rook can't go to that square because of the rook. So you need to give a check with the knight on either of these squares emptied by the pawn once you take the bishop. So which pawn should take the bishop back? If you've guessed the h pawn, excellent. That is indeed the move. Because with knight h6, the king is trapped. And that's a beautiful checkmate. Can you believe that? With only pawns and knights, that's a checkmate. So yeah, young Nepo did find this brilliant idea. It's just very pleasing. And on to the final one, which is, again, a very good example of opening preparation. Nepo is already in the 2700 club at this moment. He's facing Svigarov, a very strong 2600 grandmaster as well. But this time, black falls under white's amazing preparation. Can you try to find it? I'll give you one hint. It's a Greek gift. So I guess you've already found the move. It's indeed bishop h7. But what's the point? Well, the king takes. We can't really take the bishop, can we? Because if we take that, the queen takes us back, and we don't have nothing. Black got us. But the idea is even more interesting. So what white does here, he pushes the pawn twice, and that liberates the rook's file. So, well, you might be wondering, what? I can just move away with my bishop, can't I? Yes, you can. But unfortunate for you, now that comes with the discovered attack, and you must do something. So if you take the knight with the bishop, that opens up the file for my rook, enabling me to take the bishop back with the next move. And well, if you move the king away, I can just simply take the bishop back with a winning position. So yeah, those are the 5 top best moves played by Jan Nepomniachtchi. Of course, there are a lot more games that he has played, and he has definitely showed his extraordinary skills. He's world number 2 for a reason. Yeah.